Welcome to Mahendragu.com. You are watching Speed Test Discussion, ST number 78, SSC CHSL 2016. Our subject is Maths. Here we discuss important question and most confusing question of SSC 78. See what question first. This is the question number 109 in your ST, and question is, if a plus b plus c is equal to 4 root 3 and a square plus b square plus c square is equal to 16, then find the value of ab plus bc plus ca is what? Here given condition is a plus b plus c is equal to 4 root 3. If we are squaring both sides, then what we get? If squaring both sides, then what we get? That means if square both sides, it's clear. A plus b square, a square plus b square plus c square plus 2. In place of 2, ab plus bc plus ca is equal to 16 into 3. In the place of a square plus b square plus c square is given here 16. That means in the place of we write as the 16, here we write 16. That means rest goes there. Then it becomes 16 into 2. That means 2 into AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 16 into 2. That is 2 to cancel out. That means rest AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 16. That means our correct answer is 16. Check. 16 is available in our option A, so that correct answer is A. Let us see what the next question. This question is also based on algebra basis, and question is, if x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, then find the value of x square plus 1 upon x square plus x cube plus 1 by x cube is what? In that type question, if question is given condition, if x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, then always it's x square or any terms is x square or x cube plus 1 by x cube, that means same powers here or any powers, that means its value is always in a plus cases, addition cases always 2, that means the value is 2 and its value is also 2, that is 2 into 2, that what will get? 4. So that correct answer is 4, because if we go in traditional way, then it's a time taken, because here given if x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, that means x value is 1. When x value is 1, then x plus 1 by x is equal to 2. So if we solve, it's a square, that means also 1, here 1, that means 1 plus 1, 2. Then 1 cube is 1 and 1 upon 1 cube, that means also 1. If we add it, then also 2. That means 2 into 2 is 4. That is a traditional way. Let us proceed. What the next question? This question is also based on a algebra says, and condition is given here. If a plus b is equal to 1 and c plus d is equal to 1 and a minus b is equal to d upon c, then find the value of c square minus d square. Here given a plus b is equal to 1. That means if we here what we require is c square minus d. Here we calculate the value of c square minus d, that in the form of that way, a upon b, b upon a are 1 minus 1. That means most chances to come answer b by a or a by b that way, because here all thing is given in the form of a and b. That means c and d converted into the form of a and b. If here given here a plus b is equal to 1, that means if we calculate the value of b, that means 1 minus a. Similar, a is equal to 1 minus b. If we putting the value is in this condition, that means in the place of a minus b, that means minus 1 plus b, 1 plus a is equal to d upon c. That means 2a is equal to, here goes 1 plus d upon c. That means if we write that way, that means c plus d upon 2c plus d upon c. If we calculate the value of a, that means c plus d upon 2c. Similarly, if we put the value of b in this condition, then what will get? If we put in the value this a minus, in place of b we write in place of b a we write as a 1 minus b. That means 1 minus b and minus B is equal to D upon C. That means 2B is equal to 1 minus D upon C. That means C minus D upon C, 2B is equal to. That means B is equal to C minus D upon 2C. If we multiply both, that means A into B, then what will get? C plus D upon 2C upon C minus D upon 2C. That means multiply, then what will get? A plus B, or here A minus B. That means A square minus B square, which is required here. That means C square minus D square upon 2C, and here 2, that means we write as a 4C square is equal to A into B. If we similarly here decide, here also C, in the place of C plus D we write as a 1, because here given C plus D is equal to 1. That means in the place of C plus D we write also 1. That means if we calculate here A value is, that means 1 upon 2C. Or in the place of 2C we write as a, that means here 4C square, that means we write as a here A square. Here that means we, in place of 1 by 2C, that is we write as a A. That if we solve here, in place cross multiply C square minus D square is equal to A into B or into 4C square. That means in place of A into B, here write as a 2C square. If we calculate here 2C, that means we write as a 1 upon A. If we squaring, then we get A into B into 1 by A. A cancel out, square cancel out. That means C square minus D square is equal to 1 B by A. We check in which option it is available in our B option, so that correct answer is B. This question is based on a perfect square. We know perfect square is formula is A square, A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB. In the place of A square is right here X square. It's clear. In the place of B square we use here A square. In place of 2AB is use here 2 into A into B. And in place of B, 2B is right as here 1 by 5. That means 2B is equal to 1 by 5. That means B value is 1 by 10. That means in the place of A is here 1 by 10. So that our correct answer is 1 by 10. We check. It is in our C option. So that correct answer is C. This question is based on geometry basis, and here condition is angle between the internal bisector of two angles of a triangle B and C is 120 degree. Then find the angle A. So that type question, first we draw the figures. Here figure is A, B, C. Here sum of the internal angle bisector of B and C. If we draw internal angle bisector B and C, it's meet O. We know the property angle BOC is equal to 90 plus half of angle A. Using this property, we easily calculate the value of angle A. Here, angle BOC is given 120 degree, 90 degree plus half of angle A. If you subtract, then it's get 30. That means angle A is equal to 60 degree. It is available in our C option, so that correct answer is C. This question is also based on a geometric basis, and question is that BE and CF are two median of a triangle ABC, and G the centroid of EF. Cut the AZ at O. If OZ is a 2 centimeter, then find the length of AO. First we draw the figures. Here triangles. It's a triangle A, B, C. BE, that means it's a median, and CF meet AZ, here G, meet EF meet G AZ at O. And it's a D. find the length of AO. We require here value of AO. OZ is here. OZ is given 2 centimeter. We require the value of AO. In this cases we use a midpoint theorems. Then we midpoint theorem also centroid property. We know the centroid property is here. Its a value is GD is a GD AZ and GD ratio is a here 1 and it's a 2. That means it's a 1 and it's a 2 times. Using this property also, here two triangles AEF and triangle ABC, both are a similar triangle and both are similar triangles. Then if you use here EF upon BC is equal to 1 by 2 by the midpoint theorems, is equal to AO upon OD. That means in AO upon OD, and also we know as a AO, that means AO means that part. If we write in place of AO, that means we reuse as a AZ minus 2 centimeter, because OZ is given here 2 centimeter. That means we place in place of AO, we use as a AZ minus 2 centimeter upon OD yes, OD R is the R we write as a 1 by 2 AO upon OD. In place of OD we write as a OZ plus 2 centimeter, also OZ plus 2 centimeter, because here total OG is given here 2 centimeter. That means it's a value OJD plus that things. And in place of ZD we know as a, that's a 1, it's a 2. It means if we solve that way, then you get AO is equal to 2 centimeters. It is available in our A option, so that correct answer is A. Next question. This question is based on a trigonometry, and here if x is sin 60 into tan 30 is equal to 660 into cot 45, then find the value of x. Here directly applying the value of sin 60, tan 30, 660 and cot 45. Then we easily calculate the value of x. If we use here x into sin 60, we know sin 60 value is a root 3 by 2. That means x into root 3 by 2 into tan 30. Tan 30 means its value is 1 by root 3 is equal to 660. That means 660 is equal to the inverse of cos 60. That means cos 60 is value is 1 by 2. That means the inverse is 2 into cot 45. That means 1. Root 3 cancel out. That means x is equal to 2 into 2. That means 4. It is check which option. It is available or C option. So that correct answer is C. This question is based on algebraic, and here given if a to power 4 plus b to power 4 is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab plus xab, bring another bracket, a square plus b square minus xab. If we see here, if in place of we write as a p and it's a q, similarly its places we use as a p and here q, then what will you get? P plus q, p minus q. That means a square minus b square. A plus b, a minus b, that means a square minus b square. But in the place of a, we use here a square plus b square. That means a to power 4 plus b to power 4 is equal to what we get? A to power a square plus b square, it's a whole square, minus x square a square b square. If we solve, that means squaring is itself, then what will get? A to power 4 plus b to power 4 plus 2a square b square minus x square a square and b square. If we solve it, that means it's a cancel out. That means x square a square b square is equal to 2a square b square. That means if we solve it, a square b square cancel out, that means x square is equal to 2. That means in the place of x we get root 2. We check it is available in which option? It is available in our B option. It's clear, write down as a b is equal to root 2. Check. Let us proceed. What our next question? This question is simplification based and number series uses also. Here given is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 10 square up to the dash 10 square and is equal to 385. Then find the value of 2 square plus 4 square plus 7 square plus 6, 2 square plus 4 square plus 6 square plus 20 square tilde. That means given condition is here 1 and here given here what we calculate? Here calculation is 2 square. Here just double 4 and it's a double last double. That means we multiply both sides, left hand side and right hand side in a given condition via 2 square. When we multiply 2 square in both sides, then what will get? If we multiply 2 square, that means what will get? 2 square. Then 2 square, that means 4 square. Then plus 6 square. That is 20 square is equal to 385 into 2 square. That means 385 into 4. 385 into 4, then what will get? 385 into 4, that means what will get? 1540. That means your correct answer is 1540. We check it is available in our B option, so that correct answer is B. Here question number 126, and question is that two cubes have their volume in the ratio 27:64. Then find the ratio of their surface area. We know the volume of the cube is cube of the sides. That means a cube. That is, if a first cube is a1 side, that is a1 cube, another cube to a2, that means a2 cube is equal to, its ratio is 27:64. Then find the ratio of their surface areas. We know the surface area of cube, and cube surface area is a6 a square. If first cube is a1, another cube is, that means 6 a2 square. If we calculate that, it means clear. That means the surface area ratio is a1 square ratio a2 square, and here see here a1 cube and a2 cube is given here 27:64. That means in the place of a is a 3 cube, a1 cube matlab 3 cube, and 64, that means in place of 64, that means we use as a 4 cube. That means in a place of a1 is used here 3 and a2 is used here 4. That means a1 is 3 square ratio 4 square, that means 9:16. We check it is available in which option? It is available in our C option, so that correct answer is C. Let us see which this question 127 number, and the question is this: the radius of the base of conical tent is 12 meters and the tent is 9 meter height. Find the cost of canvas required to make the tent. In making the tent, we require tent, that means it's using the curved surface area of a tent. That means curved surface area of cone. Suppose a base is that way, this tent, that is requirement of canvas, that is it's that surface, and this surface is known as a curved surface of cone. And here given its radius is 12 centimeter and its height is 9 centimeter. 12 meter and it's a 9 meter. That means its slant height is 15 meters. By using the Pythagorean, if in a Pythagorean it's a 12, it's a 9, then it's a sure another side is 15. That means slant height is here 15 meters and radius is 12 and height is 9 meter. We use here curved surface area of cone. That means we know curved area of cone is pi r l. In place of pi, here use 3.14, and in place of r use 12, in place of l use as a 15. It is the requirement of the required how much canvas required. That means that meter square canvas required, and cost of 1 meter square canvas is 122. If we multiply this with a 120, then we calculate the cost of canvas. What cost of canvas uses here? That means 3 into 4, 3 into 4, 3.14 into 12 into 15 into 120. When we multiply, then we get the cost. It is the value we calculate and get a 6784824. That's the correct answer is D option. So that correct answer is D. This question 131, it's a uses of simply uses of angles and a use of angles converted into the radians. Here question is given if the sum of two angles is 135 degree. That means if two angles, that means suppose one angle is A, another angle is B, that means its sum is 135, and their difference, that means A minus B is equal to pi by 12. Pi by 12 converted into the degree, because summation is given in the form of degree, then difference necessary converted into the degree. Otherwise, degree converted to the radian form. That means in place of pi by 12, we use here pi by 12 multiply with 180 by pi. In this way, you can convert radian into radian values converted into the degree form. Pi cancel out, that means we get A minus B is equal to 15. If we add it, that means 2A is equal to 150. That means A is equal to 75. It is the largest angle, 75 degree, but it is given in the form of degree. But here requirement in the form of circular measures. That means in form of radians. That means 75 degree converted into the radian form. That means multiply with 75, multiply with a pi and divide by 180. Then it converted into the radian form. That means 15 5s are 15, then it's 5 pi by 12. We check it is available in our C option, so that correct answer is C. This question is also using of the properties of trigonometry and using directly values. Are here given is 2 10 square 30 upon 1 minus 10 square 30 plus sec square 45 minus sec square 0 is equal to x sec 60. Then find the value of x. If we using, it's a formula of 10 to a. We know 10 to a is equal to 2 10a upon 1 minus 10 square. If we using this, then we get 1060 plus sec square 45 degree minus sec square 0 is equal to x into sec 60. 1060, that means 1060 place we write as a root 3. Sec 45, that means inverse of a cos 45. We know cos 45 value is 1 by root 2. That means place of sec square 45 we use here root 2, that means a square, that means 2. Sec 0, that means inverse of cos 0, and cos 0 value is 1, and so inverse is also 1, that means minus 1 is equal to x into sec 60, and sec 60 value is a inverse of cos 60, and cos 60 value is 1 by 2, and it's inverse, so that 2. If we solve it, then what we get root 3 plus 1 upon 2. Is equal to x value. That means in place of x is used here root 3 plus 1 by 2, but it's a plug and is use here root 3 plus 1 upon 2. Here given tan theta is equal to sin alpha minus cos alpha upon sin alpha plus cos alpha. Then find the value of sin alpha plus cos alpha. Here given is, if we squaring both sides, then what we get? Then what we get? Tan square theta is equal to, if you using here a minus b square, that means sin square alpha minus cos square alpha. Sorry, a minus b whole square, that means a square plus b square minus 2ab, that means sin square alpha plus cos square alpha minus 2 sin alpha cos alpha. That means we know sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1. That means similarly we use here 1 minus 2 sin alpha into cos alpha. Similarly, in a denominator place sin square alpha plus cos square alpha plus 2 sin alpha cos alpha. That means we write as a 1 plus 2 sin alpha into cos alpha. Here given 1 minus 2 sin alpha into cos alpha is equal to 1 upon 1 plus 2 sin alpha cos. It's a value of tan square theta. If we here given what we require, sin alpha into cos alpha plus cos alpha. If we squaring both sides, then what we get 1 plus 2 sin alpha cos alpha. Because if you squaring both sides, then sin alpha plus cos alpha square is 1. It means sin square alpha plus cos square alpha plus 2 sin alpha cos alpha. Sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, in place of use here the 1, that means 1 plus 2 sin alpha into cos alpha. Here if we calculate the value of 1 plus 2 sin alpha, then what we get? 1 minus 2 sin alpha, 1 minus 2 sin alpha upon tan square theta. That means in place of that, using here 1 minus 2 sin square alpha into cos square alpha upon tan square theta. When we solve it, then what we'll get? Then we get 2 cos theta, cos square theta. That means if we get its value, that means sin alpha plus cos alpha is equal to root plus minus root 2 cos theta. That means correct answer is plus minus root 2 cos theta. We check it is available in our B option, so that correct answer is B. Here if 7 sin square theta plus 3 cos square theta is equal to 4 and theta value is less than more than 0 and less than 90, that means it's an acute angle. So that in this type question we solve by hit and trial method, otherwise here traditional method also. In place of 7 sin square theta, 7 sin square theta plus 3, in place of cos square theta we use here 1 minus sin square theta, that means 3 minus 3 sin square theta is equal to 4. If we subtract, then what will get here? 3 minus 3, 7 minus 7 sin square theta minus 3 cos sin square theta, that means 4 sin square theta. If we goes there 1, that means sin square theta is equal to 1 by 4. That means sin theta is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, in place of sin square theta we use here 1 minus cos square theta, 7 minus 7 cos square theta plus 3 cos square theta is equal to 4. If we solve it, then what will get? 7 minus 7, that means 4 cos square theta, 7 minus 4, that means 3, and it's a 4 cos square theta. That means cos theta is equal to root 3 by 2. If we divide both, then what will get? Sin theta upon cos theta, that means tan theta. Then we divide, then what will get? Sin tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. We check 1 by root 3 is available in which option? It is available in our first option. So that correct answer is first. Otherwise use a directly hit and trial method. That means here 1 by 2 is impossible, because in the place of 10, in the value of 10, never values of any values is never 1 by 2. That means possible is 1 by root 3, 1 or root 3. See, firstly that means impossible. We check first D. That is in place 10 theta is equal to root 3. That means in the place of theta we use here 60 degree. Check here sin 60. Sin 60 means root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 it's a square, that means 3 by 4. And cos square it cos 60, that is cos 60, that means 1 by 4. If we added in here 21 and it's a 3, 21 3, 21 3, 84, 21 3, 24 upon, 24 upon 2, that means 12. It's impossible. Then we use here 1. 1 means theta value is 45. That means here 1 by root 2 square is 1 by 2 and it's a 1 by 2. That means 7 by 2 plus 3 by 2 is also 7 plus 3, 10, 10 by 2, that means 5. It's impossible. So that correct answer is also 1 by root 3. And dear candidate, most